2 years ago, two friends from Rickmansworth decided to quit their jobs and open up their own brewery, kind of stuff that dreams are made of. But Neil Hodges and Rob Atkinson have come up with a rather unusual sort of beer, because at the Paradigm Brewery in Sarratt, they've started making beer out of watercress. Rob joins me now. Rob, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Roberto.
Did you have this conversation in a pub by any chance?
Actually, no. John Tyler, who owns the last watercress beds on the River Chess, came to see us in March, and he said, how about you make beer out of watercress? And so we said, why not give it a try?
Do you know if anyone has done it before?
I believe a Belgian chap might have had a go with watercress seed, and I think Itchen Valley Brewery in Hampshire, who I think they supply beer to the watercress line, I think they've had a go as well. So it's not unique, but it's certainly unique around here.
So you've now got this beer which is made out of watercress?
Yes. Basically, we had some hops at the start, but instead of other hops throughout the boiling part of the brew, we had about a kilo of watercress with an hour and a half to go, another kilo with an hour to go, and 2 kilos with half an hour to go, and together it makes a very, very pleasant flavour, very refreshing.
Does it taste of watercress?
Yes, yeah.
I can't imagine that, a watercress. I know you can get beers made out of anything you like, but I can't imagine a beer that tastes of watercress. I'm presuming it's part of your 5 a day.
I suppose it would be, yes. Healthy beer. It's also very, very good for you. And the watercress at Sarratt, it's completely pure as well. There's no pesticides or anything like that added to it. It's a completely natural product. So we're very lucky, really, to have a local product with a local brewery.
Without trying, you say it tastes of watercress. It's watercress, but does it taste of, when you sip it? Does it taste of beer?
Oh yes. It's very beery, but with a slightly peppery tang and a sort of refreshing quality to it. Yeah.
And the colour is not green, is it?
No, it's deepest amber.
Man. And watercress is good for you, part of your 5 a day. I'm thinking, what time do you close? I'm coming down. Hertfordshire is famed for its watercress beds. Presumably, you're able to source all this locally within Sarratt.
Oh yes, well we actually go and get the watercress cut, and then on the day of the brew, and then shove it in the beer within an hour of it being cut. So it's completely fresh, and it is about a mile away from the brewery. So it's very easy. Sarratt's a tiny village.
It's a beautiful village. Look, a lot of people have this hope, this dream that one day they can pack up their jobs and go and do something they really want to do, because you do it with a greater heart, because it's what you want to do. Has this worked out for you guys?
Well, yes. It's thoroughly enjoyable. Certainly better than the job I was doing before. I was in sales for 15 years, and that was sort of 70 hours a week driving around the country, and very hard work. And with the support, a very supporting wife, now I'm able to do this, which is great fun.
And setting up a brewery from scratch? I mean,
yeah.
you've done it. You're successful, but that can't have been easy.
No. Well, the first 6 months was basically building the brewery from scratch. Where we are is in a former pig barn, which had been set aside as offices for a while. But we had to lay the concrete floor and put all the wiring in, and the pumps and absolutely everything. So including squeezing all the giant vessels in through the front door. That was interesting. So you're doing test brews in about February 2015, and then started brewing commercially April last year.
Extraordinary. And where do you sell your beers? I mean, because it is hard work getting into local pubs. In effect, you're selling again.
Yes. Well, Neil has the task of doing the selling and the delivering, and yes, well, that's right. Well, he was the salesman as well, so I guess selling it was never going to be too much of a problem. It was getting the brewing done and that side of things that was going to be more of a challenge, but yes, working out very well.
The brewery is called Paradigm Brewery. What's this particular brew with watercress called?
It's called Sarratt Watercress Ale.
Kind of encapsulates everything, doesn't it?
It does really, yeah.
And what's been the response? I mean, there's been a huge growth in the last few years of locally brewed beers and ales, and we're all looking for something that's local and that's a little bit different, but still tastes of beer and has still got some alcohol in it.
Well, the local village has been very supportive, and a lot of people have said, "Oh, are you going to put it in bottles and that sort of thing?" And we've sold out the first 2 batches completely, so we're going to have to start brewing more and more of it, which is a good problem to have, isn't it?
It's a fantastic problem to have. And the business, you're now happy, you're content, and you're getting a return.
Yes, we are. Yes.
So where do you go from here? I mean, how do you expand the business?
Well, there'll be a critical point at which we need to brew more than we physically can, and at that point we'll have to make a decision on bigger vessels, staff, and that sort of thing. So there will be a critical point at some point, where we decide to take the next leap and bigger premises and that kind of thing.
How amazing! Absolutely amazing. I mean, and what can you do with the brewery? I mean, I'm just wondering if you can expand the brewery in terms of getting people to come in and help you and do little tours, because that sounds like fun.
Yes, well, it's quite interesting actually, because villagers wander in all the time and say hello. I see there's a brewery, and we do a little tour and that sort of thing. And we have people from the local Campaign for Real Ale Association who come round as well and help themselves to free beer. And so we've had a lot of support from the local village and the local people, and of course the local pubs.
Well, Rob, pleasure talking to you. I wish you and Neil all the very best. It's Paradigm Brewery in Sarratt, and just remind us this Watercress beer, because people are going to start looking for it.
Say again?
If people can start looking for the beer, where can they find it?
Well, it's this weekend. It's on at the Boot in Sarratt, and the Coach and Horses in Croxley, and the Rose and Crown in Chorleywood. They've got some as well. So all the local pubs have taken to it.
I like the sound of it. Rob, pleasure talking to you. Wish best of luck with your business. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Roberto.
That sounds like fun. I mean, it's Watercress beer. It's healthy. Part of your 5 a day.